We stay swishing, 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 swishing. Rise up, stay swishing, 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 swishing. Willing every jumper with a flick of wrist. Never a doubt, a fear of miss. Anyone sleeping on my shots get fits. Cause every shot do nets, do rips. Cards, hearts, darts, rewards, smarts, sharks.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome into episode 29. Can we name any players with the number 29 in the NBA?
Why are you saying it so slow?
Can we name it?
No. Matt Ryan. I cheated.
He's not in the NBA. He got cut.
Jeff Aries.
Is he still on the team?
I don't even know who that is.
He was a Spur, but needless to say, that's how rare episode 29 is on a podcast like this. So enjoy, like, share, subscribe.
What number was Marcus Camby?
23. Now stop.
Are you sure?
Not too much.
He wore 29.
Not too much.
It says it.
Not too much. 23.
Yeah,
I know my player.
It says wore 29.
He may have for a little bit, but I know him as 23. Carry the hell on.
Yeah.
So today we have some topics to discuss. Some exciting topics I don't even know. And we're in the midst of a madness of March Madness. Here we go with the originator of your topics for today, Mr. Dime himself.
The topic man, always. I come up with all the topics.
Not every single one.
I'm kidding. So I don't really know college that well or watch it, but from what I hear, that some teams game plan to like give up open threes, like they don't really worry about shooting threes because I guess college players aren't that good at it.
Fake news. That was terrible insight.
No, there's teams that actually like want you to shoot threes.
That's terrible insight.
Anyway, do you know how at the end of the game or like end of the quarters there's like a couple seconds left and some players don't like shooting?
Yeah, I do.
So the genius is implementing a new rule, or not rule, but statistic.
Cam Jones. Sorry, guys.
So, what do you think about a heave percentage being different than a 3-point percentage? Like the heave percentage is late shot clocks or like end of quarters, end of game, shoot it from like over half court.
This has been brought up by someone else I listened to. The problem with that is, in my opinion, so what if it goes in? Are we supposed to not count it the same as a regular shot?
No, you get a heave percentage, which is the same thing, except it counts the shots that are further than half court. So if you make 1 for 1, you're 100% heave percentage.
That might be the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You don't need to separate that.
But you want players to shoot those because it's exciting. Like in the arena, fans want them to shoot it. At home, people want them to shoot it. But they don't want to ruin their percentages. It makes sense, right?
Not really.
Yes, it does.
Only in one aspect.
You want the game to be more exciting, you implement the heave percentage.
That doesn't make it exciting for us. That's the same game.
Alright, switching gears a little bit. I have a major debate question. Who do you think is better defensively? Draymond Green or Dennis Rodman.
In what aspects?
All around defense, guarding 1 through 5, rebounding, blocks, steals,
Easy.
on court voice. I don't know what. I guess you could call it leading. Defensive leader.
The answer is Dennis Rodman with this resounding easy answer.
Are you serious? So why did Steve
One
Kerr?
of the best rebounders.
Why did Steve Kerr say that Draymond is the best defender he's ever seen play? He said Dennis Rodman is a close second.
I'm not Steve Kerr. I don't care what he thinks.
Is it because
Is it because the NBA has changed and Rodman did not have to cover any ones or twos?
wait, wouldn't that make it harder for Rodman? But also wouldn't it make it harder for Draymond that he doesn't have to cover someone like Shaq?
All right, so for one, Draymond would be a 3 in the former NBA. He would not play the 5, so I mean, this little argument is kind of like dull to me, at least. Rodman was a bona fide forward/center.
Did he cover Shaq?
He had.
Probably not well though.
He covered him well.
Hmm.
Shaq wasn't crap until Michael Jordan left the game.
Yeah, I guess he didn't really cover him in his prime. So
these are the topics you came up with?
I have
These
one more.
one-sided, biased opinion topics?
I mean, you could call them one-sided because you don't agree with like the other side of it. But there's an argument for Draymond to be the best defender ever.
That is comical.
Pound for pound, I think he's probably best.
Well, one, Scottie Pippen was a real tool similar to Draymond Green, so you're using the wrong comparison. One guy was a post defender, the other is a multi-position defender.
So wouldn't you rather have...
It wasn't his job. You don't understand that. This is not modern NBA we're talking about. We're talking about a game where the post was everything. Don't come at me with less known facts.
Have you ever heard of the death pitch
Death pitch?
in baseball? You never heard of the death pitch?
I don't know what you're talking
One
about.
of your pitchers has it on the Mets.
You talking about Kodai Senga?
No, I don't think that's his name. I mean, I could be wrong, but... Have you ever heard of the kick change?
Yeah.
Same thing.
So they call it the death pitch?
Yep, it's a new pitch that came out. Or
Is
I
that
guess
Clay Holmes or Kodai Senga that has that?
it might be that Holmes guy, but I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, they hold their finger, like, they have, like, the top of the finger like that.
That's
So it's like
finger. Cancel him.
Say less. So, it's a change up with a knuckleball, like mix. Knuckleball and change up. The death pitch, they call it.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
What's his name? What's his Al Leiter son? Pitcher.
Jack Leiter.
Yeah, Jack Leiter's implementing it because he
He's on the
sucks.
Texas Rangers.
Because he sucks. He needs
He
to.
doesn't suck. He's one of the top prospects during this draft. If you can master a pitch like that, I don't think you suck.
I don't think he mastered it yet. He's trying to learn it. Like, I don't know who mastered it. I forget who came up with it, but I thought it was interesting that people are still coming up with new things in baseball when it's been around forever.
Well, there's different ways you can hold the ball, yeah.
Makes me think, is there something that will come out in basketball that we don't know about yet? Besides like a rule change, like a way to score or defend. Maybe another zone that comes out.
I mean,
There's always zones that change.
I don't know why you're trying to equate something like a pitch compared to defense.
I mean, the pitcher's playing defense.
No, but you're trying too hard to force something.
That has been Mind You of the Week. Mind You of the
That's
Week.
terrible. That's not a conspiracy, that's a reach.
The NBA's hiding another change in the game.
Hiding what? There's nothing to hide.
Do you have anything you want to cover?
College basketball.
I don't know anything about it. Tune in to our last.
Tune into the greatness of my bracket. Just kidding, I have a few wrong, but I'm overall doing pretty well.
Are you a believer in copying people's brackets, or should you make your own?
I think you could use like commentaries. I think you could use your own watching ability to discover who you want to take in a matchup, because you have to make a lot of selections. It is very hard to know just off your own resources who to pick in every single matchup in the tournament. We're not talking about 12 teams. We're talking about 68 teams in the bracket.
You know, there's people out there that actually like watch film of each team before they pick their bracket.
Yeah, if you have a lot of time on your hands, you might want to do that. The common man, aka me, does not have all that time, so we use people who watch the game religiously's words, and then we use some of what we've seen on TV ourselves.
Do you think Stephen A. has watched a second of college basketball?
Not a chance.
I'd probably have to agree with that. He's probably so busy with ESPN and all that that comes home and just does his thing. He barely watches NBA, let alone college.
Right, I don't think he watches much sports. He doesn't cover just basketball. You have to keep that in mind too. He is a multi-sport analyst, so can he really be the master of basketball? Absolutely not. That's why I never take his words so serious.
So, on Pat Bev's pod, they did a top 5 sports media coverages.
Yeah.
Let's hear yours.
So we're copying podcasts now. Even
No, it's a what's it called? Not a remix.
it is.
It's a remix, I guess.
Top 5.
We're giving credit to Pat because we support Pat's show and Roan. So,
is this all time?
no, just this year.
Top 5 analysts?
Channel networks.
Oh, networks. Are you talking companies or networks?
All right. For example, I'll state 3 ideas.
He used companies. He didn't use networks.
So, there's YouTube company. There's TV companies. You got like The Ringer.
That's
You
not
got
network.
ESPN. You
That's
got
not network.
House of Highlights.
That's
you got
not network.
well, just base it off of that. Like groups of
It's called sports companies. All right, sports media companies. Learn your vocabulary. All right. So number one, should I go?
Are you going from top or from the bottom?
Top.
All right.
Reductively, I have to say ESPN because they are the originators.
Wait, why are you giving it to me? You're not done.
Number two, gotta go Barstool Sports.
Why?
They are the most honest coverage. There is no bias taken, and they cover a lot of things in depth, and they have a lot of unique type coverage that grabs the attention of the common man. Number three, we got to go with
This counts all sports, by the way. College.
Yeah, I'm thinking I really like, I want to say this because I feel like they're about to explode NBC. Now, this is taking to effect next year's NBA season will have them broadcasting, but they already cover other sports, of course. I think that they're going to have an elite coverage on the NBA, and it's going to put TNT to shame. Next.
But I based it on this year.
Still picking NBC. They cover other sports. You said sports.
Yeah.
All right. So next, CBS is 4 for me. Pretty easy pick.
What about Fox Sports?
You're not letting me finish.
What about Turner?
Number 5 is Fox.
What about
The
Turner?
great NFL network.
Turner.
No,
Turner Sports.
I don't like them. Carry the hell on.
You didn't like. I guess Barstool's a YouTube type thing, but you didn't really show love to YouTube ones.
You asked for sports media companies. I picked the 5 best.
Don't you think it's sports companies are going towards YouTube over TV?
Who has the broadcasting rights?
TV. Wait, but you put Barstool second.
I told you why. You asked for my top 5, not yours.
I'm just trying to help you explain it better.
I said it already. So 1 was ESPN because they're the originators. Without them, none of these exist. Number 2, we talked about Barstool. They have the word for the common man. They have unique shows that
Hold
cover
up.
multi-sports.
Didn't Fox come out before ESPN?
Fox Sports?
Am I wrong?
Fox Sports?
Yeah.
I don't know.
All those years of
No,
watching
I'm saying
football.
Fox Network was not what we're talking about. We're talking about Fox Sports. Not sure what came first. Fox Sports or ESPN, but ESPN is the originator of making multi-sport content. Now quiet. 2, Barstool for the common man, unique shows covering a multitude of sports, and very biased pick, yes. Number 3, we talked about NBC. Great coverage on football, great coverage, hockey, baseball. They have some
Tennis.
localized, tennis, golf, hockey, baseball, tennis, golf, hockey, baseball, tennis. They have some localized channels for each team in the NBA. Some teams, I should say that. The ones that don't have their own. So next year they're taking over the NBA broadcast from TNT, so that's going to be awesome. Number 4, I said CBS. They have excellent coverage of college sports, excellent coverage of NFL, excellent coverage of Olympics. Number 5, also NBC covers Olympics too. Number 5, we got to take Fox Sports. They have great football coverage and some baseball. There you go.
All right. Fair enough. I think there's got to be some YouTube ones in there, honestly.
Are they giants like those 5? No.
It depends what you're going off of. If
I'm
you're going
saying
off of,
Titans of the industry are those 5.
yeah, I mean, you could say that.
I'm about numbies. So what are these things you are saying I'm missing then in my top 5 sports media companies?
Good question. Gil's Arena.
It's not a sports media company.
Yes, it is.
It's a show.
You don't think they have a company? How are they sponsored then?
It's a show. That's how it's sponsored. He's signed to NBC soon. Love gang. You're making a point for me again.
I'm just trolling because I don't really know.
Yeah,
You could say House of Highlights. You could say
that is nothing. That's a niche market. I'm talking about overall sports. You're picking niches. I'm saying the best 5 sports media companies, like they said on the pod. Notice a lot of them were the same.
Yeah, I mean, can't deny TV value, I guess.
No, it's just overall company in general. It's not just TV. Barstool's not
So,
TV.
if you had a horse at the plate, would you throw the death pitch?
Yes. We all saw Mr. Ed's talents. If you haven't, please check into Mr. Ed Hits a Home Run. It is a great watch. It is the mindfulness of a generation of the past that took the awe of watching a equestrian type animal take a new sport on and dominate against a Hall of Famer.
So, we're watching Marquette and New Mexico right now.
Lobos!
I'm noticing a lot of 2s.
What's your point?
Don't most college teams shoot like 30% from 3?
No.
Are you sure about that?
Might want to go check to see what some of the teams have done in the tournament.
I'm seeing a lot of...
There's certain teams...
Look, they're playing... They're giving up the 3s. You see it?
There's certain teams you can't do that against. You can't use that as a mask to say, we're going to strategize the same for every single college team.
Well,
That
no,
was my
but
point.
there's a lot of teams that can't shoot 3s besides a couple
Can't
players.
shoot threes?
Consistently.
That is like a lazy talk.
How is it lazy?
That's a lazy take because you're using that to like generalize the sport, and I don't agree because there's a lot of good teams that shoot high quality threes.
Yeah, but there's a lot more teams that
No,
can't.
there's not.
I mean, you're watching one of the 2 best teams.
They're not 2 of the best teams. They're an exciting matchup. 7 and 10 seeds.
Isn't that one of the 2 best?
You realize there's 4 different 7 seeds. There's 4 different 10 seeds. Some of the best.
Oh,
be
would you
like
look at that?
St. John's, for example, they had a great game shooting threes. That's not their main thing, though. They're known for fast pace, transition type offense. Another great team, Auburn. Another great team, Alabama. You want to talk great team? You talk Duke.
Wait, who is that? Who coaches Marquette? He looks familiar.
I forget.
But
anyway.
By the way, you forgot about NBA TV.
We don't have to talk about that. It's a niche.
Am I looking at that score right? Duke won by like 40 something.
Yes, you are seeing that right.
UNC lost.
Don't remind me. I had them in the Elite Eight. That took a big chunk off my percentage.
Holy, who was that? Oh,
Florida smoked somebody. UConn and Oklahoma is coming up. Big matchup.
I don't understand the seeding.
There's, like I said, there's 4 regions. So it goes 1 through 16 in each region. There's also 4 play-ins, so that's why there's 68 for 64 seeds, and then they play the first round the first 2 days.
So
Next day is the second round.
UNC made the play-in.
What?
Did UNC make the play-in?
Yeah, they won in the play-in game.
So, would you say they're worthy of making it, or
No. No, I don't know if you saw West Virginia's governor. He actually tried to take this up with the NCAA. It's not the first time they've combated the NCAA either, West Virginia. Some may say it was a troll type thing by the governor, but he actually legitimately probably believed West Virginia deserved it over North Carolina. There is conspiracy that the North Carolina athletic director, who got a pay raise because of making it, being on top of the committee, benefited.
That's not a conspiracy.
Yes, it is.
It's kind of obvious.
That's what a conspiracy could be.
No.
There is no proof to show that he actually is the one that caused UNC in there.
You could deduce it pretty easily.
He's not the only guy in the committee.
I know, but he's the head guy, you said.
Yeah. Your point?
How do you have a vote in something and you have bias involved? That sounds like some New York stuff.
I don't know. It's the National Corrupt Athletic Association.
Interesting you say the word corrupt because you just reminded me of something. Is Tom Thibodeau corrupt now?
Corrupted by what? His own?
His own ways?
I wouldn't say that's corrupt.
He corrupted the team.
Not really. I mean, it's hard to say that when you're top of the Eastern Conference in the 3rd spot.
Do you think the players lashed out because Brunson got hurt and they got mad about that?
No, I think Bridges is tired.
Of?
Tired. He's playing a lot of minutes every game. Doesn't miss a game.
Tired of Tibbs?
No, tired of playing.
Maybe both?
Not really. They had a talk after that and hashed it out, so say less. Get with the times.
I mean, that's not exactly a good thing to happen right before playoffs. I could say that much.
It's one of the best things. Adversity builds character. Love game.
That's not good adversity. That's
Yes,
not
it
trusting
is.
your coach.
No, it has nothing to do with that. You're being fooled by media lies.
I mean, what's there to lie about? You said it.
What are you talking about? You said not trusting his coach.
Because he plays him too much.
No.
He doesn't trust him with his minutes.
No, he did that because he was tired for his own selfish reasons.
Who is that?
There's some background noise happening, but...
No, the coach.
What?
The coach, he looks really familiar.
Marquette's coach. Look it up. I don't have my phone. While he's doing that, you could see that he's trying to dig for something that isn't there. Trying to make himself feel better as a Sixer fan. What he forgets is once the playoffs start, none of this stuff matters. Everyone is back to 0 wins. So you could come at us with the Pistons or whoever we face. It could
Shaka Smart.
Oh yeah, Shaka Smart. Yeah, that is him.
Former.
I
Why does
believe
he look-
Wichita State was one of the teams he coached. VCU, Texas.
Why does it say California, PA?
What do you mean? Where does it say that?
High school. No, it's not high school.
The college?
PA.
Yeah.
Pennsylvania.
There's a California, Pennsylvania. You know that, right?
What the heck?
Yeah. Yeah. So that was one of the first places he was at, obviously.
When was Kevin Durant drafted? Wait, why am I
Like 2007-ish, 2006.
Never mind. I don't know why I even brought that up. Years don't add up.
All right, so you found out who it was, but ultimately, what were we talking about? How conspiracy about Bridges or something?
I mean, it's pretty obvious that
He's already dropped it. You're the one continuing it.
Tibbs is on his way out.
Not necessarily.
Especially if they get bounced in the first round by the Pistons.
Not happening. All right, so here's my theory, and a theory shared by fellow Nick creators of content. They're going to give him at least one more year. After next year, if there's no improvement, then he will be out.
What do we think about NBA coaches transitioning from college more often? Like the high elite coaches in college, maybe overseas.
We've seen that throughout the decades. This is not a new topic. There is some guys that it works for. There's others that don't. Some guys go back, a.k.a. Calipari, a.k.a. Rick Pitino, who are legends of the college coaching realms. They had their stays in the NBA, didn't work out. They ran back. Some guys that it did work for, Brad Stevens famously went from Butler to Boston and eventually became
Champ.
eventually became president of operations in Boston. And another guy who we've seen rise from the ranks, the Van Gundys, in the past. They started in college as well.
Elite.
Why are you saying elite?
Because they're also really good coaches.
I guess. At one time they were. Who else was rising from the college ranks?
Well, we know about all the former NBA players that tried to do it and failed.
Patrick Ewing. Fail. He didn't work in the college period, so he never
Steve
even...
Nash, the most recent.
Well, he didn't coach in college.
Well, I'm talking about NBA player to coach. Jason Kidd's been semi-successful.
No, he's been pretty good. Derek Fisher, failure. Jeff Hornacek, pretty much a failure. What else? Kurt Rambis. Big
Byron
time.
Scott.
Byron Scott had some good years with the Nets.
Why am I thinking Chucky Atkins?
No. He's never head
Chauncey
coach.
Billups.
Billups, it's too early to tell.
I'm kidding.
No, not a coach. Not too much. Not too much.
You got a jump stop.
No. Trying to think who else was a coach.
Jamal Mosley.
He didn't play.
He didn't?
Not in the NBA. Oh, I was going to say Isaiah Thomas failure. Technically. Larry Bird coached. Magic Johnson coached.
That's weird. Sam, was he a head coach?
Phil Jackson. Steve Kerr.
Oh, that's pretty obvious.
Some good ones that played and became coaches. Willis Reed.
Wait, didn't Billy Donovan come from college?
Yeah, he also played in the NBA.
He did?
Yeah, he was a Knick. And some other teams. Yeah, Billy Donovan had success in college and then went to the NBA.
Doc Rivers, former NBA player.
Player to coach, yeah. In between broadcasting.
Oh, what's his name on the Avery Johnson?
He had some solid years coaching, yeah. Former player.
George Karl. Was he a coach? What the?
Did he play? What are you talking
I
about?
thought he did play.
Did he? Or are you thinking about Walton?
I could have swore George Karl played.
If he did, he wasn't that good.
He was a player, it says.
Excuse me.
He played
Is that the NBA?
as player. Spurs.
Played a few years. Yeah, he wasn't that good.
He still played.
It wasn't that
Count
good. Not too much. Not too much, people.
Mike Bibby? No.
Darvin Ham. Pretty much any Lakers coach. JJ Redick.
That's kind of obvious, though.
Who else has been their coach? Who else has coached the Lakers recently? Darvin Ham, Redick.
Crap.
Doesn't matter.
Scott Skiles?
Was that recent? But he played, yeah. Anyway, that wraps up the beautiful episode 29. The amount of titles.
29. Marcus Camby.
He didn't wear it that often. He's known for 23. Any NBA elite person like myself would know that.
You count it.
Yeah, but he's known for number 23. I'm watching a miss, but the end of the show has come. And what that means, we have to talk about the world of silly. The world of silly
No, we don't.
has come to a screeching halt at times due to not people named myself. I've been blocked from the world of silly. So today we're going to talk about...
No, we're not. That's the face of no, we're not.
We're going to talk about... Sixers suck. They're more than bad.
They're great.
They're trash. Peace out, y'all. Welcome to episode 29's finale.
Comment, like, subscribe.
Like, share,
comment.
subscribe, like, share, subscribe.